Good morning. My name is Ms. Nada. In this unit, we will talk about the ratio. In this especially session, we will talk about the meaning of ratio. What's the meaning of ratio? And we will talk about how we can write the ratio. What is the relationship between the ratio and the geometrical shapes? And we will take more exercise about the ratio. Let's start about what we will take in this lesson. I say we will take a ratio, the meaning of the ratio, and how we can write the ratio, the more exercises about the ratio, and the last one we will talk about the relation between the ratio and geometrical shapes. First, the meaning of or the definition of the ratio is a comparing between two similar quantities or numbers. So be careful, we will make a comparing. We have two numbers or two quantities, we will make a compare between them. And it must be the same unit. For example, I will make a comparing between two numbers. For example, we have 3 kilograms and 5 kilograms. So the same unit, both of them is the kilogram, okay? Or I will talk about, for example, two numbers of milliliter or kilometer or centimeter. So it must be the same unit. Both of them is kilogram, both of them is kilometer, both of them is a meter, both of them is a millimeter, so the same unit. Okay, can I say 3? Can I say 3 kilogram and 2 grams? No, it's a wrong. Why it's a wrong? Because it's not the same unit. We have two units. It's a kilogram and we have a gram. So I will convert the grams to kilogram or convert the grams to kilogram to make a ratio between them. So it must be the same unit. Let's take exercise. We have the ratio between the number of boys and the number of girls. Be careful here, we have to write the number of boys and the number of girls. So I will start to write the boys with the question. He starts with the boys, so I will start with the boys. And the second term, it will be the number of girls, so I will write a girls. So boys, 2, this is the sign of the ratio. It's called 2. It's called what? It's called 2. So boys, 2 girls. I will say, for example, it's 3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 2. Okay, another one. The ratio between the numbers of girls and the number of boys. Oh, do you see here? He starts with the girls, so I will start with the girl. So girls to boys. So girl to boy. I will start with the girl. So what is the girl? I wrote it here. I wrote 2. So 2, 2, 3. So I will read it as 2, 2, 3. I will start with girls and the boys. Okay, let's take the second one. We will talk about how can we write the ratio in a 3 different ways. We have 3 different ways. The first way we saw it before. The first one we have 3, 2, 2. Okay, or we can write as a fraction 3 over 2, or we can explain it as 3 to 2. This is the explaining for the first one. So we will write 3 to 2, or we can write it as a fraction. Let us understand what is the 3 to 2. First, we have a 3. What is the 3? It's a first term, or we called it antecedent. Antecedent. Okay. What about the second? We have a 2. It's called a consequent. It's called a consequent, or second term. So the first one is a first term, or called it antecedent. Okay. Or we called the second one, or the second term, consequent. So the order of term is very important. When I say boy to girl, so I will start with boy to girl. When I say girl to boy, so I have to say girl to boy. Okay, so the order is very important. We have some notes. It's very important. We will see the first one. The two terms of the ratio should be a whole number. That means I don't need it with the fraction or a decimal. For example, we will say 3 to 5. But I can say it 3.2 to 5.7. So it's a wrong. Why? Because it must be a whole number, not as a decimal number or a fraction. Like I will say half to quarter, or to quarter, so, or the fourth. It's a wrong. It must be a whole number. Okay, this is the first. To find the ratio between two quantities, they must have the same units. We say before it must be both of them is a kilogram, both of them is a milliliter, both of them is a kilometer, a centimeter, milliliter, decimeter, so the same unit. The third one, the two term of the ratio should be written in the simplest form. What do you mean in the simplest form? For example, when I say 6 to 3, I will simplify. Can I simplify this number? Yes, both of them is divisible by 3. Both of them is divisible by 3. So I will make divisible by 3. So 6 divisible by 3 equal 2. And we have 3 divisible by 3 equal 1. So now I get the simplify of the ratio 6 to 3. So I have to simplify the numbers. Let's go for example. We have find the ratio between the two numbers. The first number we have is a 21. Be careful, we will make orders in the question. We start with the 21, so I will write 21 the first. So we have here 21 and 9 in the simplest form. We need 21 and 9 in the simplest form. You must the first write it as a ratio. Okay, we learn how we can write the numbers in the ratio. So I will start with the 21 to 9. I write it, the number in a ratio. So it will be 21 to 9. Okay, how we can simplify, both of them is divisible by 3. So when I divisible by 3 each one of them, so it will be 21 divided 3 equals 7. and 9 divided 3 equal 3. Okay, it's a simplest form. Yes, it's a simplest form. How? Why it's a simplest form? Because we have here 7. 7, it's divisible by itself. 1, it's a prime number. What is the prime number? He is divisible, he is multiplied by itself. For example, 7 times 1. So all of these is the factors of the 7. 1 and 7. There is no factors divisible by 7. So we have a 7. And also we have a 3, it's a prime number. So both of them is a prime number, so it's in the simplest form. Let's take another example. Okay, we have here in one of the classes of the first grade primary, the number of the boys is 15 people and the number of girls is 20 people. Calculate. He asks you to calculate. We have the numbers of boys. What's the name here? We have a boys and we have a girls. Both of them, he asks you what the boys is a 15 and the number of the girls is a 20. So I will start with the boys first and the number of girls the second one. So how we can write this one in the ratio? We will wrote as I calculate, we need the questions. Okay, the first question, he asks you the ratio between the number of boys and the number of girls. So we say that the boys, okay, we need the total number of the students in the first grade. We have the 15 of the boys plus 20 of the girls. So the number of the students in the class in the first grade is 35 people or students. Okay, so let's start with the first one. We have the number of boys and the girls. So the boy is a 15 and the girl is a 20. So both of them is divisible by what? I have to simplify the numbers. So it's a divisible by 5. Very good. Okay, so 15 divided 5 equal 3. It's 15 divided 5 equal 3. And 20 divided 5 equal 4. Okay, so it's in the simplest form. Okay, let's see. What about the second one? We have the ratio between the number of girls. Okay, so I have to write the girls first. Okay, and the number of boys. So we will start with the girls and the boys. The girls is what? Is a 20. I will start with this 20. And the second one we have what? We have 15. So also both of them is divisible by 5. So it will be here a 4, 2, 5. Okay, so all of these will be girls, 2 boys is a 20 divided 15 equal 4, 2, 3. The last one, he asks you here the ratio between the number of boys, to what? To the number of girls, to the number of the peoples of the classes. What is the number of the students in the one class? It's at 35. We get it here. So I make a 15 plus 20 equal 35. So boys will be boys. 2, number of people of all students. Okay, it will be what? The boy is a 15 and the girl, and all the students, it will be 35. So I will divide it by what? By divided 5. So 15 divided 5 equal 3. And 35 divided 5 equals 7. So the ratio is 3 to 7. So all the peoples is 15 to 35. So the ratio, it will be 3 in the simplest form, 3 to 7. Okay, let's take another example. Now, look at here. We ask you about the ratio between the side length of the square and the perimeter. Let's see here. This is your square. You know, each side equal side. We call this side. And this is the side. And we know all of the sides are equal. So the perimeter of the square equal what? 4 times s. Or we can write it as 4s. Okay, now we ask you the length and the perimeter. We know that the length is s. Okay, what about the perimeter? The perimeter is a 4s. Do you see here? We have s to 4s. We have the same unit. It's a side. So I will ignore side with the first term and the second term. So I will write what from here? I will write a 1. So it will be 1 to 4. It will be 1 to 4 because we have the same quantities. It's at the same unit. Four of them, both of them have a side. So I will ignore side and here side. So it will be 1 to 4. This is the first one. Okay. Let's see. The second one, we have the ratio between the circumference of the circle and its a diameter length. Okay, the circumference. What is the circumference of the circle? The circumference of the circle is 2 by r. And the perimeter, and the diameter of the circle is 2r. Now I will write as a ratio. So he asks you the first is a circumference of the circle. So it will be 2 by r. And about the second one, we have what? 2r. Now we have the same numbers here in the both sides, so I will ignore it. So I will ignore 2 from here and 2 from here. And we have here 1r and we have here r. So I ignore 2r, so I will write a 1. So it will be 1, and we have here still have what? Pi. So pi 2, 1. We have pi 2, 1. Okay, the third one, we have the ratio between the length of the side of the equilateral triangle and its what? Its perimeter. Okay, we have that. This is your shape. This is the equilateral triangle. Okay, you know that equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. So we have a length here, and we have the same length, and we have a length. So what is the perimeter of the equilateral? Is we have this L plus L plus L, that means L plus L plus L equal 3L. Okay, so 3L and the side is a L. So we will see here he needs the length of the side and the perimeter. So the length of the side is L and the perimeter is 3L. We have the same unit here, so I will ignore L and L. I will write after L we have a 1. Okay, so it will be 1, 2, 3. So I will write 1, 2, 3. This is the ratio of the length of the side of the equilateral triangle and its perimeter. So it will be 1, 2, 3. Let's take another example. First, we have the ratio he asks you here in the opposite figure. Find. You need to find the ratio between the perimeter of the square and the perimeter of the triangle. Okay, we have here in this shape a rectangle and we have a square. Okay, what is the perimeter? The perimeter of the rectangle. The rule of the rectangle is a length plus width times 2. So it will be what? It will be 2. We have here length is a 6. So we have 6 plus 3 times 2 equal what? 6 plus 3 equal 9. 9 times 2 equal 18 centimeter. This is the perimeter of the what? The rectangle. Okay, what about the perimeter of the square? It's a 4 times S. Okay, that means 4 times 4 equals 16 centimeter. Okay, so now he needs the perimeter of the square and the perimeter of the rectangle. He asks you the first is a square. So the perimeter of square to perimeter of rectangle. So it will be 16 to 18. Okay, I will leave it like that. No, I will simplify the number. So I will divisible both of them by 2. So 16 divisible by 2 equal 8. And 18 divisible by 2 equal 9. So it's here now, it's in the simplest form. So we know that the perimeter of the rectangle is 18 and the perimeter of it is 16. So it will be 8 to 9. This is the first. Okay, let's see number B. He asks you, you need the ratio between the area of the square and the area of rectangle. Okay, we know that the area of rectangle is length times width. So 3 times 6 equals 18 centimeters square. And what about the area of square? It's a side times side. So we have the side 4 times 4 equals 16 also. So the area of a square to area of rectangle is 16 to 18 divisible by 2. We need it in the simplest form, so it will be 829. Number C, the last one, we have the ratio between the length of the rectangle and the perimeter. The ratio of the rectangle, of the length of the rectangle. What is the length of the rectangle? The rectangle, we have a 6. We have what? A 6. So I will write a 6. Okay. What about the perimeter of the rectangle? It's 18. So both of them is divisible by 6. It will be what? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I can make it divisible by 2. Yes. When I make divisible by 2, it will be here a 3. And we have a 9. And the 2, 9 is divisible by 3 also. So it will be 1, 2, 3. It's also correct. So both of them is correct. You can use this one way or you can use this way. Now we have finished the questions. Let's make some activity. Okay, now you can choose any number to start to make a revision about what you take in the lesson. The first, for example, I will choose number 1. Okay, now let's see your question. Find the ratio between two numbers. We have 6 and 8 in the simplest form. Okay, I will write 6 to 8 in a simplest form. So 6 and 2, 8. It's not in the simplest form. I will make it divisible by what? Both of them is divisible by 2. So 6 divisible by 2 equal 3 and 8 divided 2 equal 4. So this is the simplest form. Very good. I will throw a balloon now. Let's take, for example, number 4. Here we ask you the ratio between the perimeter of the square and its side length. We know that the perimeter of the square is 4 sides. Okay, and what about the length is a side? So I will write the perimeter of square to the side. So it will be 4 side to side. So I will ignore side with the side, and when I ignore it, I will write what? I will write 1. So it will be 4 to 1. Very good. Now we will make a balloon. So very good. This is one of the activity in the session. Thank you for your time.